Well, well, good evening, people. It's another night. It's another stream. We're here for day 28, 3 days in a row without crashing. We're gonna open up rims tonight, and we're gonna do a point-to-point loop. Coming in here with the puzz tonight. Not the puss, the puzz. I'm talking some bullshit right now. Today, I went outside and I worked on my bike for like 4 hours, my KLR. I was doing a full LED swap on it, and it was magical. It was much, much easier than I expected it to be, and I am almost done with the job. The only things I have left to do tomorrow when I go back out are splice a diode into the system so that the lights can blink, I think, so that the blinkers can work, and then put everything back on, and I might do a couple other small things here and there, but oh yeah, like my lights. Okay, so this is another piece of it. My lights aren't working. Like, a number of my lights aren't working, which is what led me to get all these LED lights, but I don't know if the like bulb connection is actually what's wrong there. I think I don't really know what I think. I don't know electronics very well. Something is wrong with the wiring, I would say, in my bike. So after I get all the LED stuff taken care of, I'll probably spend 2 or 3 hours taking care of that tomorrow. And hopefully I'll have that uploaded. But yeah, other than that, my day's been pretty chill. I think it's time to open up rims. I think it's time to get this ride underway. I took this weekend off of streaming. I don't really know why. I was very tired. And I was just resting. Yesterday I watched YouTube for from sun up to sundown. I watched YouTube. Oh shit, hold on. I've got some audio things to take care of. And it was glorious. It was a glorious Sunday. Lazy Sunday. Nothing going on. Just YouTube all day. I loved it. I love a good YouTube binge. Not often, but every once in a while. It's glorious. Alright, let's get audio going back to my headphones and make sure that desk is like sandy. Make sure that everything's right. Let's see here. That's going to the right place. This is going to the right place, I think. Yes. Okay, let's try now. There we go. Okay, we're in business. So, a couple days ago, I listened to an Aphex Twin album for the first time, and I've been slowly making my way through his discography over the last year or two. And there is a new to me Aphex Twin album, and it's called I Care Because You Do, and it's got that creepy little face on it. But I am utterly entranced by this music. I love it. It is so good. Aphex Twin is a very, very acquired taste. It took me a long, long time before I really started liking them. I'm very pretentious when it comes to my music. I love a bit of pretension in my musical taste, but that's just me. So, let's get into this ride. We're doing La Trayectoria. But all that is to say that I will be listening to that album while I am on my ride tonight. And the real question is, do I do a point-to-point loop? Or do I do Bahrain? I think I do a point-to-point loop. We're just going for chill tonight. Chill cruising. I'm guessing I'm gonna do one loop. One loop will put me at about 12:30 a.m. and I'd like to go to bed pretty soon after that, so I'll probably do one loop and then kick it for the night. Alright, let's start our music and let's get into it. Such a lovely, lovely album. It flows so well. What a nice night. What a nice night for a stream. Let's get our mic at a nice little height. And kick on back for our stream. Wish me luck. I'm trying not to crash. Let's go. I love having this mic. I love having this mic so much. Just sitting right in front of me. I can talk, don't have to lean my head or nothing. I love it. You know what's kind of funny, kind of embarrassing? I was sleeping last night, as people do, and I had one of those dreams where it was like so scary that you like try to scream in real life in order to wake up. Like you sort of know it's a dream and you know it's happening. And in order to wake up, you try to like make yourself scream. I don't know how common that is, but it happens to me every now and then. And I don't even remember what was scary about it. Like when I was just quickly thinking about the dream after I woke up from it, like there was, I think the scary part was like there was like a bundle of like credit cards or postcards or something, some sort of card, or like a grouping of passports or something, and in this grouping of passports or credit cards was just like the height of terror to me for some reason in that dream. Like the height of terror. Like I was totally freaking scared. And so I remember trying to scream in real life while I was in the dream. Like when I was in it, I knew, okay, this is a nightmare, but it's so scary that like I can't remain in it. I couldn't even like switch it like you would a lucid dream, you know? And so I was just trying to scream in my dream, and then all of a sudden I like screamed out loud. I screamed out loud into my apartment. And it was like like 4 in the morning or something like that. Awkward, embarrassing. I don't know why I felt compelled to tell that story, but I did. I have some interesting dreams now and then. I love dreams. I'm trying to learn how to lucid dream, but I cannot get it down, cannot get the hang of it. I would love to lucid dream so that I could, like, go to freaking motorcycle tracks and do, like, track days for free. That'd be lovely. It'd also be good for, like, language practice, I imagine. Like, if you're trying to, like, I've been trying to learn Spanish for a long time, and I know a good bit of it, but I don't have too many people that I can speak it with. And so, like, going to Spain in a dream would be pretty cool. Practicing the language. I wonder if you're unconscious, like, just know Spanish back to front, you could learn from it. There's this one song in the middle of this album called Start As It Means to Go On, which is such a cool saying, but the whole album is this, like, big kaleidoscope of chaos and, like, chaotic noises and instruments and stuff, and you have very little grasp of it most of the time, and then right in the middle of the album, this song Start As It Means to Go On comes on, and it's got this just incredibly lovely synth or some sort of instrument that comes in and just, like, it lays a blanket of nice predictability over you, and it's so good. The drums in the song are even pretty, like, chaotic still, but this one synth, you can grasp onto it and just chill. I love when artists do crazy sort of stuff with album structure. There we go. Oh, I learned a pretty cool thing over the weekend from a YouTube channel called Super Duped. Super Duped. Like to get duped. Super Duped. And in my opinion, it is like in the top 3 YouTube channels for motorcycling, like motorcycling YouTube channels. And the guy who runs it is just so freaking knowledgeable, and also he like brings some guests on now and then, and he knows like exactly how to lay out like a good story, and he knows how to ask the right questions and stuff. Yeah, very, very high quality YouTube channel, and you can get a lot of amazing information from it that I have not seen anywhere else on YouTube, but and like described as well as it is there. Yeah, I was watching his channel and I saw him talking about when you're coming into a corner, you want to lay on the brakes late enough so that when you're going slowest in the middle of the corner, your forks are as compressed as they will be throughout the turn. So because your forks would be so compressed, the geometry of your bike would be so aggressive and so capable of turning that it would like totally revamp the way that you took corners. And so I really, next time I go to a track on this game, I want to see if I can figure out how to do that. If I can build the courage to do it. I'm not really focusing on this ride. I would like to pay much more attention to my riding here than I am to speaking. So I think I'm just gonna stop talking and enjoy the ride for a little while. I won't go as far as muting myself, but that'll be that. That corner is so tough. It's definitely going a little too fast around it. I wonder if I should have stayed in second gear. I was getting jostled around by my throttle on that one. That is a dark corner right there. have no idea where you're going. Yeah, I think I may save that braking and turning technique. I may save practicing for it until I'm at a track. I think it's a little too dangerous to do with cliffs and guardrails right on the edge of the road if you mess up. Oh, I got an itch on my nose. I'm gonna scratch it. Ooh. Okay. Last stream when I went really fast right in that section right there, I was coming up on this corner and endoed going up on my front wheel a little bit, and it was out of control. It was not a controlled endo. I did lay the rear wheel back down on the ground pretty soon enough to recover, but yeah, gotta be careful there. That little hairpin sneaks the hell up on you. Excuse me. This whole front section of this track could and may should be completed in first gear. The whole thing is really tight, really quick turns. And very sharp turns. And completing the whole, there's like a number of turns that like really sneak up on you. This one is one right here, and this is over 90 degrees. That's there's a very sharp turn. This one too. And I like to ride around in second, but second's a little too low for some of those. You need a little bit more torque to get through some of them smoothly. So I think I may try running that for a while. First gear on that first little section. It's not totally over yet, but it is almost over. I think there's one more set of sharp turns coming up here. Right, like a few turns from now, there's a really sharp one that almost looks like a chicane. Yeah, coming up here next. Yeah, right here. This one's, you need first gear for this one. Zoop. Oh. Need to be able to look up for that one. Whoa. Overconfident. Let's get back to it. Second gear. Second gear for the rest, other than that little camp area. That turn right there really sneaks up on you. up here is where I want to be in first. And there's a series of very sharp turns starting with this one, which also sneaks up on you. I almost crashed from that turn a number of times when I was streaming on Twitch. Ooh, okay. See, I'm talking too much. I'm not concentrating on what I'm doing. I'm going silent again. I would kind of like to turn anti-wheelie down on this bike pretty soon. Not tonight, but pretty soon I'm going to turn it down to 1. And I think I may follow that with my traction control. Though I'm not as certain about what exactly that does. I don't know where my weaknesses lie with regards to the traction control system, to put it another way. See, I know on these corner exits where I would very much benefit from a hard drive, I'm able to drive it and just catch it right as the front wheel is popping up a little bit. So I'm starting to understand what skills are required to compensate for a lower anti-wheelie, but the same cannot be said for the traction control. Still don't really know what that does. I have a feeling that it really comes into play when you're power sliding around corners and really want some drive out of your rear wheel. I would assume that the traction control system comes in to stop you from high siding. And I have not taken corners very tough like that. Tough enough that would require tough enough what's the right words there? Tough enough so that lowering the traction control would help me. I don't think I've hit that point yet, so I'm not going to worry about the traction control I'm not going to worry about the traction control until I really start to notice the limits that it provides. I fucking love this album. It's so good. Aphex Twin. I think it's called I Care Because You Do or something like that. This is a set of corners right here that would benefit from a first gear, especially that one. Yeah, like anti-wheelie right there, lowering that would have helped me a good bit because the bike was being held back and I was aware of the tendency of it to wheelie coming out of there. So at some point in this stream, I think I may turn it down to 1 once I'm really warmed up. Ooh, that's a tough corner. That lasts longer than you think it does. You think it will. The restraints on this mic are really strange. Okay, let's go. You know what? Let's turn down anti-wheelie right now. I say, why not? Let's start getting some practice with it. That's traction control. Still traction control. There we go. Anti-wheelie, down to 1. Traction control is still at 2. Engine brake is still at 2. Now let's be careful. Keep her in second gear. That is a tough but fun corner right there. Yeah, that's a little nicer. A little bit scary, but not too bad. Ooh, I had that corner well before I pulled back up. That's a tough track. I feel very strange right now, a little uncomfortable. Like this is more unfamiliar than I remember it. I wonder what's going on. My headphones are pressing pretty hard into my top of my head, so I'm gonna adjust that real quick. Yeah, that should be a little better. But I've also noticed that my long sweeping turns have been a little bit better on average across the stream so far today. It's like I've got a much better feel for how the front of the bike is moving than usual. It's kind of interesting. Especially the combination of like knowing where to look and where to turn in relation to where I'm looking. And a bit more of a confidence in the front brake to stop me when I am looking over to the side like that. Yeah, there's that low anti-wheelie right there. Let's get used to that. I know how to use it. I think this strange feeling of like not being very aware or as aware of the next turns as I usually am. I think it's probably a mixture of pretty not great sleep over the last few nights mixed with taking the last 2 days off of streaming, so I'm a little bit out of practice. It's strange though, I don't know. just feels a little different than normal. Something to watch out for. I hope I'm not having a stroke or something. I know I'm not. Well, I'm 99% sure I'm not having a stroke, but I guess I'll find out when I go and look at the audio for this. See if I'm talking gobbledygook right now, or if I'm making some sense. I definitely do not smell burnt toast. This is a lovely song that I'm listening to right now. Don't know which one it is. Oh my goodness. Let's see. This is Moo Kid on Aphex Twin's I Care Because You Do album. Moo Kid. I'm going too fast. That's as simple as it is. Simple as that. Now, at the same time that I am feeling that weird, like, unfamiliarity, at the same time, I am getting a slightly better, and I think this has to do, or is the reason for my better sweeping corners, is like, I'm a little bit more in tune with, like, looking at the right spot. Like I noticed at that first hairpin back there, like I was looking at the exact right spot, and my turning thumb knew exactly what to do to get to that spot. And I noticed the same thing happening in those long sweeping corners, so something funny's happening right now. A little bit of good, a little bit of bad. It's not consistent though, definitely not consistent. Just try not to think about it, right? A little too fast. I'm definitely getting tired, I think. I feel pressure behind my eyes. I'm getting tired, so maybe that's some of it too. Got 3 more to go. About, I don't know how long. Probably take 5 minutes. That'll take 10, 5 minutes, 10 together. And that'll probably take another 10, so 20-ish minutes. I'm tired though, oh my goodness. It's midnight. Let's do a little slalom here. You always got to be looking at the next one in front of you. Just a little slalom. Alright, I'm out of line right now. Let's get back to it. Oh, it's so good though. Alberto Balsam. Alberto Balsam. By Mr. Aphex Twin. Hopefully YouTube does not copyright my singing. I do not think it is good enough for that, but you never know. You know, it's copyright hawks. Yeah, my writing style is so off right now, but it's like half of the style is better, half of it is worse. It's very strange. I guess that's what happens when you skip a couple days of practice. Although that didn't really happen when I was coming back on my first day. I don't know. I don't know what the hell is going on here. I'm just gonna keep it slow and safe. Another great song. Oh my gosh, I love this album so much. This is the section that you want to be in first gear for. That corner right there, that will jump at you. This song is called Cow Cud is a Twin by Aphex Twin. I really hope my motorcycle's lights, like my real motorcycles, I really hope the turn signals work well. Right now, and for the entire time that I've owned it, the only turn signal that has worked has been the right rear. And so, if I want to turn anywhere else, I have to like use my hands. Or if like someone's in front of me and I need to signal and turn in right, I gotta use my hands. I really hope they work well. I have a feeling that they will work as intended. Excuse me. The wiring for them, figuring out the wire, oh my goodness, was much easier than I expected it to be, and that was a very welcome phenomena. It was much easier than I thought. Most of the motorcycle upgrades that I've done on my KLR have been so much more time consuming than I expected going into them, and there were so many little niggly things that just mess with you. They mess with your head. And the wiring on that taillight was so much simpler than I expected it to be. It was daunting up until the point that I untaped them and took them all apart and separated them, and then I knew what I was looking at, and I could get everything fixed up to where it should have been. So hopefully that is all, and I will not have to deal with some more very obscure, opaque wiring issues tomorrow when I get it all put back together. Now, I've got a number of other small jobs to do on it soon, within the next week. I've got a spark plug to put in there, a new spark plug. I would like to check the valve clearance, and that will be, I don't know if it'll be time consuming, but it will require a lot of care because it involves taking the top of the engine off. What else do I have? I have a frame deadbolt upgrade. The main frame bolts in the KLR are allegedly made with very soft metal, and people commonly replace those bolts with a very well-made, high-quality, strong bolt. And so I bought one of those, gonna do that. I'm gonna change the coolant on it and put in a radiator bypass hose that will allow the engine to heat up more quickly and stay warm more evenly. That's another notorious problem with KLRs, is they usually run too cold. On the highway, it runs way too cold. Way too much air moving through the radiator and cooling off the water and the coolant too quickly. So a guy made a radiator bypass hose, and a lot of people use that on their KLRs. Funnily enough, it is called a thermobob, sort of similar to a thingamabob, right? So I got the thermobob, I got some new coolant hoses, which will make my bike look a little nicer, a little newer. What else? I've got panniers to put on the sides, pannier racks. Panniers are sort of side boxes that let you lug a bunch of stuff around. What else? I've got a whole new front brake to put on it. I got another common issue with KLRs is that the front brake is way too weak. The front brake is really awful, like just hands down awful. It's an awful front brake. The caliper is a single cylinder, so it does not have very much pressing force, and the rotor is too small, and it's made with very bad quality material. Oh, and mine is all like scored up. It's not even flat anymore. So a lot of people opt to increase the size of their front brake rotor, and they also opt to do a nifty little upgrade where they take the front brake caliper off of a Suzuki SV650, which is a entry-level sport bike, twin cylinder, which I'd like to get in the future. It's a amazing looking little machine that you could endlessly upgrade, much like the KLR. And people will take the front brake caliper off of those bikes and attach them to the KLR 650. And the good thing about the SV650 front brake caliper is that it's got two pistons that push the pads into the rotor. So it's got a lot more force. It's a lot larger pad area. So more of the pad is grabbing the disc at the same time, and it's going to be a larger disc, much larger. I got it in the mail and it was like giant. It was way bigger than I expected it to be. So very hopeful for all that. What else? What else do I got to do? There's probably one or two other jobs that I forgot to mention just in that list right there. I've got so many things to do. I love it. My bike is going to look totally different by the time I'm done with it. Very exciting. Okay, so let's try to remember the structure of these corners right here. That was the first big sweeping. This is the second, and this one has a decreasing... Ooh! That one has a wall. That one does not have a decreasing radius. I missed the first long sweeper. That was at the top of the hill going in between those two big rocks. Good to remember. That one's pretty even. But very long. Look at the length of this corner. We got a quick one to the left. Out to the switchbacks. Such challenging corners, these two. So sweeping. That was rough, that was shoddy. I'm tired though. Let's stay safe the rest of the stream. We're just cruising. I'm tired. I wanna go to bed. Alright, last leg of the race, last stretch of the ride. The Atlantic Road. To finish out the ride, I'll be listening to Ballad Garden and Palm Dreams by Volker Kriegel on the album Octember Variations. The beginning of this song was sampled in what's his name? some rapper did an album with The Alchemist. I think his name's Freddie, isn't it? Why the hell am I blanking on this dude's name? I love him. I can't remember his name. It's Freddie Gibbs. There you go. Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist did an album together called Alfredo, and one of the best songs in it, in my opinion, Skinny Suge, is it samples this particular song. And it's very cool to hear. It's very cool to hear the originals of samples in cool hip hop tracks. And that's that. It's as simple as it gets. Alright, I'm dancing too much. Too tired to be dancing this much. Gonna be messing up. I'm so tired right now. I'm gonna go to bed after this. Got this bright orange light in my face. I don't like that. I think every now and then I might do a night stream without a webcam. There's a lot of orange light in my face for a long time. It's kind of exhausting. But y'all already know, I'm not giving up this microphone. If I do a webcamless stream, I'm for sure getting the microphone on there. Come on, you can't say anything against it. It's just so fun to have this microphone here. I can start singing into it. I can talk into it. I can fart into it, though I have not yet and do not plan to ever fart into my microphone. Please do not be afraid that I will do something like that. What else could I do with this microphone? I could yell into it. I'm not going to do that either. I could whisper. I could whisper into ASMR. This is Kevin's motorcycle ASMR. I hope that these whispers are getting picked up by the microphone. If they're not, then this is a pretty cheap microphone, and all the reviews were wrong. But I don't think the reviews were wrong, and I think the most likely outcome right now is that you can hear my whispers. ASMR. How good does that feel in your brain? ASMR. Here, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. If I'm not careful, my bike will respond when I say, "Here, kitty." This badass predatory cat I'm riding on is like a fucking tiger under my fucking nutsack right here. There's a tiger Ducati. Oh my god, I'm all over the damn road right now. I'm so tired. I'm not going above 60 until I've finished this race. Cross that finish line. You know, I think I've not heard any applause while I've been out. Last stream, I turned down the voices volume on my... Oh, I'm talking bullshit right there. Voices does not control the voices of the spectators. It probably just controls the voice of the announcer woman. So that was useless. I'd love to turn that off. This is not something that you stand and applaud. This is just going out on a Monday night, cruising some mountain roads. The applause takes me out of the immersion of this game. It's a tragedy. Okay, let's get out of here. Well, let's see if my whispering was getting picked up by the mic. Let's see. I'm whispering right now. I'm whispering. Oh yeah, you can totally hear that. That's awesome. Kevin's ASMR YouTube channel. This song is called Octember Variations on the album Octember Variations by Volker Kriegel. Thank you for watching if you watched, and I will see you in the next one. Good night. Until next time. Bye to